Another day, another story. Kamala Harris is the Vice President of the United States, having assumed office on January 20, 2021. She made history as the first female vice president, as well as the first Black and South Asian American to hold the position. Before becoming vice president, Harris served as a U.S. Senator from California from 2017 to 2021 and as the Attorney General of California from 2011 to 2017. She is a member of the Democratic Party and has been a significant figure in American politics, advocating for various issues such as criminal justice reform, healthcare, and women's rights. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel Early Life and Education. Kamala Devi Harris was born on October 20, 1964, in Oakland, California, to Shyamala Gopalan, a cancer researcher from India, and Donald Harris, an economist from Jamaica. Raised in a household deeply engaged with the civil rights movement, Harris was exposed to activism and advocacy from a young age. She attended Howard University, a historically black university in Washington, D.C., where she majored in political science and economics. Harris later earned her law degree from the University of California, Hastings College of the Law. Early career in law. Harris began her career in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, where she focused on prosecuting child sexual assault cases. She quickly gained a reputation for being a tough and effective prosecutor. In 2003, she made history by becoming the first woman and the first black person elected as the District Attorney of San Francisco. During her time as DA, Harris implemented progressive reforms, including a program to provide first-time drug offenders with the opportunity to earn a high school diploma and find employment. Attorney General of California in 2010, Harris was elected as the Attorney General of California, becoming the first woman and first black person to hold the office. As Attorney General, she focused on issues such as combating transnational gangs, protecting consumers from mortgage fraud, and defending California's marriage equality laws. Harris also advocated for criminal justice reform, introducing a Back on Track initiative aimed at reducing recidivism. U.S. Senate in 2016, Kamala Harris was elected to the U.S. Senate, where she served on several committees, including the Judiciary Committee and the Intelligence Committee. During her tenure as a senator, she was known for her sharp questioning in hearings and her advocacy on issues such as immigration, criminal justice reform, and healthcare. Harris was also an outspoken critic of the Trump administration's policies, particularly regarding immigration and the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. 2020 presidential campaign and vice presidency. Harris launched her own campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination in January 2019. Though her campaign initially gained momentum, it faced challenges, and she eventually suspended her campaign in December 2019. Despite not securing the nomination, her campaign and presence on the debate stage left a significant impact. In August 2020, Joe Biden, the Democratic nominee for president, selected Harris as his running mate. They went on to win the 2020 election, defeating the incumbent President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. On January 20, 2021, Harris was sworn in as the Vice President of the United States, making history as the first female, Black, and South Asian Vice President. Impact and legacy. As Vice President, Kamala Harris has played a crucial role in shaping the Biden administration's policies and agenda, particularly in areas such as voting rights, immigration, and COVID-19 recovery. Her historic position has also been a source of inspiration for many, breaking multiple barriers and paving the way for future generations of leaders. Rise in California politics. After starting her career as a prosecutor, Kamala Harris made a name for herself as a reform-minded district attorney in San Francisco. Her tenure was marked by her Back on Track program, an initiative designed to reduce recidivism among first-time, non-violent drug offenders by offering them job training, educational opportunities, and other services instead of prison time. This program was considered innovative at the time and reflected Harris' approach to balancing law enforcement with social justice reform. As California's Attorney General, Harris continued to focus on progressive reforms. She established the Division of Recidivism Reduction and Re-Entry and spearheaded efforts to combat human trafficking and protect consumers against big banks during the foreclosure crisis. Her office notably took on major financial institutions, securing significant settlements for Californians who were harmed during the mortgage crisis. Tenure in the U.S. Senate. Kamala Harris was elected to the U.S. Senate in 2016, taking the seat previously held by Senator Barbara Boxer. As a senator, she quickly became known for her rigorous and incisive questioning style during Senate hearings, especially as a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Her sharp questioning of then Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh garnered widespread attention and showcased her prosecutorial background. In the Senate, Harris was an advocate for various progressive causes. She supported Medicare for All, proposed a large tax credit for low- and middle-income families, and introduced the LIFT, Livable Incomes for Families Today, the Middle Class Act, aimed at providing financial relief to working Americans. Harris also worked on legislation focused on improving maternal health, especially for Black women, who face significantly higher risks during childbirth. 2020 presidential campaign. Kamala Harris launched her presidential campaign on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 2019, in front of a large crowd in Oakland, California. Her campaign slogan, "For the People," emphasized her background as a prosecutor and her commitment to justice and equality. During the Democratic primary debates, Harris gained attention for her critique of Joe Biden's past opposition to federally mandated busing to desegregate schools, which highlighted her own experiences as a child bused to school in Berkeley, California. Vice presidency and key initiatives. As vice president, Kamala Harris has taken on several significant roles. She was tasked by President Biden with addressing the root causes of migration from Central America, a complex issue involving poverty, violence, corruption, and climate change in countries like Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. Harris has emphasized the need for addressing these root causes to reduce migration pressures at the U.S. southern border. Breaking barriers and facing challenges. Kamala Harris' position as vice president has made her a trailblazer in many respects, representing a new face of leadership for America. She has become a role model for many young women and people of color who see her rise as a symbol of possibility and change. Future prospects. Looking ahead, Kamala Harris' impact on American politics is likely to continue growing. As vice president, she is positioned to influence a wide range of policy areas and to be a leading voice on issues from racial justice to healthcare. Her experience and visibility have also made her a likely candidate for future presidential runs, with many seeing her as a potential leader of the Democratic Party in the years to come. Kamala Harris' career thus far demonstrates her commitment to public service and her ability to break new ground, consistently advocating for equality, justice, and reform in various roles. Her trajectory shows how she has navigated and shaped American politics, often against significant odds and with a focus on progressive change. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.